Hey everyone, it's me, Christine. Me being me on my journey to 50, being fit for 50. Well, this week I asked one of my girls what I should talk about this week. And I had a couple of ideas I wanted to talk about, but I decided to ask and say, what should I talk about this week? And she said, maybe you should talk about how life doesn't always go the way you think it will. And that is such a true topic. Life doesn't always go. As a matter of fact, it's very rare life goes the way you think it will go. I was thinking about all those funny sayings that you hear all the time. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade. People plan and God laughs. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, that one I'm not sure. But basically, what they're all trying to say, what all these sayings are, is just, you have to make the best of things when life gets in the way. It's good to plan. It's good to have dreams. It's good to have a clear vision of where you want to go and what you want to accomplish. And it just might not be the path you think it is. You just have to kind of deal with what life is. So does that mean you shouldn't dream and you shouldn't plan? Well, of course not. You dream, you plan. The point of it is, when that plan is not coming together, don't give up. It's a detour onto where you want to go. It's a bit of a detour. It's a construction road. Things are happening. You just go with the flow. There's another saying. But because God has his plans for you and they're good. It says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plan I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not evil." So his plans are for you. God's plans for you are good. He wants you to succeed. He's the one who put those dreams in your heart. So he wants you to succeed at these dreams. He wants you to get there. Life is going to throw things at you, and there will be people who don't want you to succeed, and they will try and stop you. In Genesis 37, the story of Joseph is Joseph was the youngest brother in his family, and his older brothers hated him because he was the youngest, and their father said he was the favorite. And so to begin with, his brothers didn't like him. But one day Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. We were binding sheaves of grain out in the field when suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." His brothers said to him, "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he had said. Then he had another dream, and he told it to his brothers. "Listen," he said, "I had another dream, and this time the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me." When he told his father, as well as his brothers, his father rebuked him and said, "What is this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you?" His brothers were jealous on him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Lesson number 1, you can't tell everybody your dreams, because not everybody's going to understand, and there will be a lot of people who will want to try and break those dreams. So, anyway, as the story goes, obviously, you know, God had put it on his heart that he would be a ruler and that his family would be under him. And the path along the way was anything but easy and anything but what he expected. I mean, first his brothers, paraphrasing everything here, first his brothers plot to kill him because they don't like what he said. And then they changed their minds, threw him in a pit, and then they sold him into slavery. And then he was sold to one of the king's guardsmen for Potiphar. And then Potiphar's wife tried to seduce Joseph, and Joseph said no and tried to run away. So she lied about Joseph and said that he tried to rape her, and so he got thrown in prison. And he was there for many, many years. And I mean, you got to think, he must have been frustrated. This is not the path he wanted. This is not the path he planned. But this is the path. And the whole time he's going through all this stuff, it always says in here, in the Bible, it says, God was with him. So it didn't matter that he was in the pit, that he was sold for slavery, that he was in jail for, I believe it was 6 years, before they remembered he was there. And then the king had a dream that nobody could interpret. And then one of the guys that was in prison with Joseph finally remembered that Joseph was there and that he could interpret dreams. And then the dream had come to pass. And in the end, he did. He became ruler. He was second to Pharaoh. So his dream did come to pass, but the steps and the life that took him there was definitely not the one that he was expecting or wanted. But the whole time, God was with him. He was faithful to God, and he just kept going through life, and he did end up where he was, and his family did end up coming, and he was ruling over them. Make your plans, make your dreams. If life throws you some curveballs, and it's not exactly, I mean, here I am, 49 years old. I always wanted to write songs. I always wanted to produce and make a difference in the world with songs that impact the world in a positive note. This is what I've always wanted to do. And here I am at 49, and I'm just starting to do that. That's not the path I wanted. I wanted to do this way back when I was a little girl. So my path is not what I thought it would be. And things have been thrown in my life that, I had to work my way through. But God was always with me. And he's always putting me on the right path. And just because you've gone off the path a little bit, God will always correct you. It's like going around a construction zone. You can see where you need to go, but you have to go around all these barriers. You have to go around the block. You have to go up the hill. And then finally you make it to the destination. And that's how life is. So don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals. Just keep on keeping on. Another saying, keep on keeping on. You know your dreams. You know your goals. Follow your dreams. Just take the path that's given to you and keep going and trust that God will get you to where you need to go. Anyway, this is me, Christine, me being me on my journey to 50, being fit for 50. I hope and pray that God will grant you the desires of your heart and make all your dreams come to pass. Have yourself a great week.